Hello, so glad you are here. Welcome to my Life on Paper. I am Brianna. I'm playing along with Mix It Up Monday with Tara the Paper Snob and the crew. And this sketch is by Crazy Craft Obsession, which is Cass. I will have her information linked below. And I did already trim some paper. It's Vicky Bouton paper, and I have Vicky Bouton mixed media paper underneath the blank white canvas there. And then use my photos as a guide, and I did use a pencil to kind of guide me where those would be because I'm going to take this Vicky Bouton stencil, and you can see all my stencil butters on the right hand side, and actually a couple of them are Vicky Bouton. Um, and I'm going to use those on each individual butterfly. My thing I ran into is my stencil butters that I grabbed are not quite as bright as what the paper is. So I've got an orange one, which is close, and then actually the green one, but it just wasn't the right shade of green. So I kind of didn't use that green one, and I probably should have. It would have given me more of the brighter color. And I'm kind of counting how many butterflies do I want to do. The next color that I grab is the Vicky Bouton one. It's that pretty blue-green color, and I will pick another butterfly to do that. I was looking for, not huge butterflies, and I'm trying to go around the photos as well. So that's my second one. I'm still holding down my stencil. I don't usually tape them down. Sometimes it might be a really good idea to tape them down, but just so you know, that's not something I usually do. Here's a pretty blue color that's nice and bright. Pretty similar, but not exactly to the butterflies. Again, on the printed page there. I have two photographs that you would have seen at the beginning. I'll bring them back in again in a moment, but they are of me. I'm volunteering at a senior apartment complex where I take blood pressures once a month, and I believe that was the first month I was doing it. I was kind of excited. So, one of them is of me with my name tag on, and then the other one is of the shot of the building from my Jeep. So you can see the my ducks on my dashboard there. That rose color is also a Vicky Bouton, not a great match to the butterflies. And then I've got this yellow or kind of golden color that's a stencil butter that I'll use as well. So I'm going to get those on there, and they're kind of random, but again, I'm looking at the pencil marks to see where can I get them that they're not going underneath the photos. I'm going to go and let them dry, and then, oop, here I'll do a reveal. They turned out pretty nice. And then I'll come back, and here they are dry. And I think that was the way I was going to do the photos. And then I thought, ooh, let's do some more mixed media since this is Mixed Media Monday. So I'll take my watercolors. There's my fine china with some water in it. And you can see it's got some blue in it already. And I bring it into the yellow, and I might make a little bit of green, but that's okay. Green is in the pattern paper. I will add some more water. I've got my spray bottle I always keep at my desk, and that helps with lots of different stuff, but one of them is cleaning my brushes. So here I picked a blue out, and I'm going to see if I can get it to drip a little bit. I'm not very successful with this, but once I pull some actual green in, you'll see the green drip down. So like I mentioned before, the background page I'm using is a Vicky Bouton, like a mixed media paper that is meant just for mixed media. Well, I shouldn't say just for mixed media, but it holds really well to all that the liquid, water, all that kind of thing, and it's not going to warp as badly. So there I'm getting just, well, drips of the yellow there, and that's okay. I will go in with some more, well, there's some more water, so that's getting a little drippy, and then I will go in with a little bit more of the yellow watercolor as well. These watercolors I did get on Amazon. They're a very good quality watercolor. I have a handful of different watercolors, but these are probably the most high quality. I just don't have the most colors there. So here I am looking where I want placement. Here is dry. I'm going to bring my uh, patterned paper back in. And I've decided I am going to, and I should have probably ripped the paper, but I am using water, uh, and then I'm going to curl the sides. Now, I learned this from Sarah Davies with Hey Little Magpie, and she wets the edges when she curls them because then they're going to dry and stay that way. Now, I didn't give it a big curl, and again, sometimes you get a better it's better to curl after you've torn. But it's the black and white stripe on the background, and you just give it a little peek of it. So I like the way this turns out. I have just gotten back from a crop for the weekend. I had filmed this before this weekend, and I'm just voicing it over now, but I'm happy to say I got 29 pages done this weekend, and I've completed January and February of 24, so I'm moving right along, trying to stay only a year behind. But it's not behind. I don't say that. My current towards the last year. How about that? All right, so now that I've got a little curl going, I'm going to bring them back to the paper and I will adhere them down to the background paper. And I'm bringing those photos in, and you can see I've flipped them around. Um, the larger one is on the right, the smaller one's on the left. And then I'm going to bring in this journaling box from Vicky Boutin. And then I decide it's too big, so I just trim off some of the aqua around the outsides just to bring it in just a little bit. These photos are actually from the end of April, so I like how the butterflies give that spring feel. But I have to tell you, that wasn't the way I really planned it. If I don't have something that's particularly themey, I do gravitate towards Vicky Boutin and 49 Market to just go with general colors. General happy colors is always my thing. Okay, so now I've decided that those colors, the butterflies on the bottom, are not bright enough for me, so they're getting covered up, and that's what I do. I bring the big picture back to the left again. They're not quite stacked like the sketch, because I am using that journaling block to kind of cover up some of those butterflies there. And then, so the bottoms of the two pictures kind of are parallel, or, they're equal to each other. Oh, maybe not. Well, let's see. So here goes. I'm going to get ATG down on the small photo, on the big photo, and on the journaling box so I can kind of um, get placement for those all at the same time, and then they'll be stuck down. There we go. Yep. So they are a little bit wonky, but the tops are kind of lined up, I guess. Here I bring in my Vicky Boutin embellishments. I've got take a photo. That's going to be kind of the title, and the subtitle is kind of going to be I can do all the things, which, I mean, I'm volunteering, so I feel like that's part of all the things. I've got a geotag that says this place. And I'm looking at the butterflies, but you know what? I've already got two different types of butterflies. I got the pattern paper and I've got the ones that I stenciled, so I don't pull those in. I am going to use the envelope with the flowers on it. I think that's perfect. It's one of those kind of generic type things you can use on any layout. And then the circles aren't doing it for me. So, and I pull out some more butterflies. I've got some sunglasses. I end up using this tag. You can kind of see it on the right lower um, bit of the video there. It does have a bright big butterfly that I love. I've already trimmed it. I was going to use it on a different page and I didn't. So I've already trimmed it into a tag shape. And here I'm just looking for other bits that I might want on the layout. I'm going to end up pulling in some stickers that I had with my Bible journaling stash, and I found I wasn't using it in Bible journaling, and I'm going to pull one of those in. But there's that tag I was thinking about. These are part of my counterfeit kit, those kind of, they're like flat back brads, but I did not use those. And then I will take, this is stamping up rather old ribbon that I haven't used, so that I'm getting on there. And then the sticker says the best day, because when you're volunteering and out in the sunshine, isn't that the best day? And I've really gotten to know these people that I take their blood pressures, and they're a pretty cool group. All right, adhere that down the tag. I'm going to get my title and subtitle down. I don't have a lot to do yet, but I'm going to do something I don't usually do, but I've seen other people do. I'm going to get the watercolors out again after I hear this, the flowers and the, oh, so, wait, I'm going to interrupt myself. So those flowers there, There is a little bit, I'm getting some trap space underneath them next to the photo, next to the pattern paper. It's just white space. So I fill that space. I've got this little bit of washi tape. So I'm going to fill it in the middle there so you don't get that trap space or just that white space in the middle. So it's kind of like it doesn't have anywhere to go because it's stuck in between the bottom title and that and the embellishment up there. So I tuck that in. There's no more trap space. So this is where I go in with my watercolor and I'm just making some splashes. And that is going to be the finishing touch for me today. Make sure to check out the playlist below for everyone that is playing along with Mix It Up Monday. Until next time, may your memories always have a home on paper.